50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, we are back. Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of The Dream Wager, episode 641. Today is March 18th, 2026. Thank you guys all for tuning in wherever you may be listening or however you may be listening. Long time no talk. How we doing, kid?
Doing great. Getting over a slight cold, so your boy has been better, but we are doing fine. Got cold again. We was just bragging about it was just 75 degrees, as you can hear. We're back in the 30s, boys. It was snowing a little bit last night, though. It felt like 18 degrees at 2 a.m. while your boy was in Brooklyn. So, other than that, pretty good. Some exciting World Baseball Classic. We got to get into that. Some controversy as well. Some NFL news, some NBA action. And finally, March Madness. Still, I know I'm not in tune. Your boy has a crazy schedule, but we need you to shine today, baby, because we need you to be locked and loaded for the people for tomorrow and Friday events.
Yeah, so you touched on a lot. Yeah, I woke up and there was some dusty snow that came on the car late last night. Over under, you think 10.5 times during the 5 years that we've been doing this that you've been sick? I'm going with the over.
Over.
Yeah,
definitely a solid. I'm gonna say 18
easy
sick episodes. And then
have you always been like that? Because you get sick a lot. I feel like
I get sick 4 times a year, so I feel like I get sick every season. Sometimes 5, sometimes 3. Minimum average 4 times a year. So it happened. Though it hit 80 degrees, then it hit 30. Your boy got sick.
Yeah. No, it's crazy because I feel like at the start of every new league year, you get a little cold, maybe and then when it changes again, you get sick.
Yeah, in the summer I get really sick, and then like Thanksgiving I get really sick. So those are the 2 bad ones: the spring to summer, and then the fall to winter.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little better. Still hear it in the throat a little.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully the coffee helps a little bit. It's not Hennessy, people. It's coffee. Hopefully it helps a little bit.
You know what helps? And what I've been actually trying to drink more tea.
Tea. Not for nine. My girl made me I think it's chai tea. I don't know about teas, I'll be honest, people. But I'm pretty sure it was chai. Not the worst thing I ever had. Not the worst thing. Definitely not the best. Not sure if I'm gonna
I don't think it's meant for like
enjoyment.
Good. Yeah, enjoyment, exactly. It's good for the throat, though. It's like soothing, especially us. We're talking through a mic. Yeah, it's good for us.
She put some honey in it, So
honestly, my girl, she gave me raspberry hibiscus and put like a tablespoon of honey. Yeah.
Hit the spot. Some lime, some lemon.
Lemon water is elite, by the way. But, kid, we got a great episode. We got a little to talk about. We got Venezuela. Shout out Venezuela. We'll talk about that. We got some NFL news I want to go by with you. I mean, we filled out the brackets 1-1 so far. We got the next 2 games for the first 4. We hit on Howard plus the points. They went outright as a dog. And then we lose a close one with NC State against Texas. Texas always finds their way into this tournament. I will say, but regardless, we're 1-1 to start off March Madness. We got the next 2 games here tonight, and then, I mean, do you work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to. Well, during the day because it starts at 12:30.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna catch some games. Can I catch everyone? Absolutely not. But am I going to catch some games? Without trying to watch the Ohio State game? Yes. Am I going to try to catch some of these heavier, like, UCLA game. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good game. I want to see the young bull from Arkansas. I want to see if he could drop a 30 piece. So it's gonna be some people I have some eyes on, but can I watch every game? Absolutely not. Oh, you're muted, kids. All right. Who's any key players you got your eye on?
Yeah, well, you mentioned. Thank you. You mentioned Darius Acuff Jr. The kid is the best player in the country outside of Boozer. He might be the best guy in the tournament. He's going to be a top 10 pick. I wouldn't say he's like Cade Cunningham, where I called it back in the day, where he's going to be the number 1 pick. If he takes Arkansas on a run, which I got him going to the Elite 8,
he could be the number 1 overall pick.
I'm telling you, this kid is elite, bro. He could drop 30 to 40 a night.
Yeah, what we've seen. What's the trend in tournament play, Dill? Elite guard could lead you down a nice run. Yeah. So if he's able to, his over under, I think he was at 26.5, I believe.
Over.
Plus 105.
Over.
So we're already looking at that. Like I said, people, I got some eyes. I'm not in tune like Dill, but I got some eyes, So if he could constantly, let's just say if he could average 28 plus throughout the tournament, I think bare minimum he could make at least 32 round 16. So
yeah,
I think it's gonna be interesting to see some of these star players like bro from BYU,
AJ Debansa, yeah, Darian Peterson from Kansas. He should be the number 1 overall pick.
If he gives you, let's just say 30 plus minutes a night, he should be able to give you 25 plus. He could possibly even lead BYU down a stretch, because what we've seen in college tournaments is, first, the teams that's older, who's been together longer, tend to be more successful, and also elite guard play. If your guard can lead you with 25 plus points, 8 plus assists, most of the time you're going to most likely win that game in tournament play. So it's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to be fun, because we have about solid 3 players that could honestly be first overall picks. And I'll be honest, I think it's going to be determined throughout this tournament who's going to be the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, Boozer out of Duke, one of the best players. Darren Peterson out of Kansas. AJ Debansa out of BYU, who I'm not high on. I think he's good. I think he's a little overrated. I just think BYU as a team is overrated. And then you got the kid, Acuff Jr., Darius Acuff Jr. Those 4 players are the best players in the tournament. But you mentioned it, guard play, very important in the NCAA tournament. But these lower level teams, what do they need to do when they go up against, like, for example, you got Northern Iowa taking on St. John's. St. John's has great guard play. What do you got to do? Limit the possessions. You don't want to give St. John's all these possessions and play quick. You want to slow the game down. You want to give them as little possessions as possible, because if you give them the more they are going to get hot eventually. These are the cream of the crust, these teams. But yeah, this East region, I don't know if you looked at the bracket. I mean, Hall of Fame coaches. You got St. John's and Rick Pitino. You got Bill Self in Kansas. You got Tom Izzo, Michigan State. You got Dan Hurley out of UConn.
Yeah, don't get it. It's loaded. Not for night. And we could make the case St. John's got a little robbed. You
can make the case. Winning the Big East and getting a 5th seed is crazy.
Back-to-back Big East titles. I understand last year doesn't matter, but you got to at least put that in perspective just a little bit. To me, they don't deserve to be a 5th seed. And if you are going to make them a 5th seed, why not put them in at least an easier conference, an easier bracket? And, that's what I understand. I think Rick Pitino did a hell of a job at St. John's, at least proven, he could play with the big guns. It's just, it's going to be a tough task to come out. Yeah. So
I got him going to the Sweet 16, St. John's, but like they run into Duke. I just don't know. I'd rather see them lower on the thing. And you mentioned it, again, people ringing the fucking doorbell. I don't I don't have the older I get, kid, the least patience I have. I'm sorry. Yeah. I went off on a spree real quick, but people just ringing the doorbell, I will never understand. But again, you make the point, and this goes to the SEC, Arkansas with John Calipari, my guy, Jersey guy. They win the SEC, and what are they? They're in the 4th seed, and they got a tough matchup as well. Yes, Arkansas plays Hawaii. Shout out the Rainbow Warriors. First time in, like, I think a decade they're in the tournament. That's not an easy game to start off. And then if you win, you get Wisconsin, who's like a top 10 team shooting the 3 ball. So they got a tough pull for winning the SEC. I think that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dill. So we all know when it comes to tournament play, the honor is to making the final, 64, right? That's the goal. Now, can you get screwed with positioning and certain type of bracket? Absolutely. So you can see, even like I said, back to St. John's, we just saw them beat UConn by 20, right? Just last week. I don't understand. They won the Big East title. They just beat UConn by 20, but they're a 5th seed. UConn's is 2 or 3 seed.
Sure.
To me, that makes no sense. How do you lose your conference championship? You lose to that same team by double digits just a week ago, but they're the 5th seed.
Yeah,
you got to make it make sense. I understand,
but I do think they got it better. They got it more right than they did last year. I mean, the bar was set pretty low. They kind of fucked up last year.
Oh no, last year was terrible. Yeah,
and I think for the most part, yeah, we're nitpicking here in certain spots, but I do think for the most part they got a good bracket.
They do. I just feel like it should have been more evenly spread out. To me, you left.
That's fair.
You could have had more better competition games early on and in the second round if you would have just evened it out just a little bit, because I feel like you got a lot of heavy dogs. And this is from my perspective. I can only imagine from your perspective that you got some matchups that's like, these are good matchups, but some of these brackets don't make sense on this side.
Yeah, and like another 2 things I don't think. Vandy had a great tournament run in the SEC. They knocked off Florida, who is the 1 seed in the South, and they only get a 5 seed.
Yeah, like
I think you can make the case they deserved a little more. And then Miami of Ohio. I don't care if you play in the Mickey Mouse fucking conference. If you go 31-0 in the regular season, bare minimum you should be an 8 seed. There's no reason they should be in the first 4. I think that's kind of disrespectful. I don't give a fuck. They tried to schedule other teams. No one wants to play them. How is that their fault? So, I mean, they're going to get a chance here tonight against SMU. But I think we could, since we're already talking about it 15 minutes into the show, I am on Miami of Ohio. I got the opening number. Joey and I talked about it at +8.5. I mean, that's just... Yeah, I understand making SMU the favorite. Okay, cool. The resume, I guess, is technically better, but I think it's a coin flip game. I think maybe you favor SMU by a point and a half. There's no way. Right now it's down to 7.5, so you didn't get the opening number. But anyone listening live, I would take Miami of Ohio. I think it's a coin flip game, and I just think they're America's team. I think everyone's going to be riding with them. And usually, you know me, kid, I like to go on the opposite side of what everyone else likes, but I'm biased. I'm rooting for this team, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, I think you got to take the points here. One, I know the world is going to be cheering for them to win outright. You get the +7.5. You got the early number 8.5 in your back pocket. I think that's the right number. Even the one game that they lost, a couple days ago, wasn't a 6-point game. So I understand that SMU is a tougher opponent, no doubt about it, but this is tournament play. This is March Madness. We saw stranger things happen. So I'm with you, Dill. Give me Miami of Ohio +7.5 as well. Oh, you're muted again, kid. It's fine.
Wow, that's twice.
It's twice.
Yeah, sorry. No, it's because his fucking doorbell. And shout out Joey in the chat. He says he doesn't hear a doorbell.
No, we don't hear it. I would have told you. I would have been like, yo, they wildin'.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the dogs next door.
I'm not
You
lying.
hear the dogs.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not lying. They rang this doorbell like 6 times.
Well, you ordered food or is like Amazon?
Nah, someone else ordered Chinese. So
yeah, they want their money.
Yeah. they want a tip or
cash.
Something. But yeah, the earlier game that starts in about little over an hour is Prairie View A&M taking on Lehigh. Lehigh's laying a short number here. I think the number is accurate. if anything, I think the total is low at 142.5. I mean, both of these teams are giving up around 77.5 points per game. I think we get 84, 80 type of game. I think it's a high scoring game. I think it's and in a contested matchup where the line is so short, I think we're going to see a close game, maybe like an 84, 80 type of game. I think it goes into the 150s, 155. So over 142.5, I think that's the best play here for the first game. Any thoughts here on the first game? Lehigh, Prairie View, A&M.
Yeah. I kind of lean with the Panthers, A&M Panthers, Lehigh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay the 2.5. If anything, I'll take the money line just to play it safe. But I do lean with the short favorite, not for nothing.
Yeah, I do too. All right, yeah, I think they win, but regardless, I mean, it doesn't matter who they wind up playing because they're gonna wind up.
Hey!
They're gonna wind up losing to Florida. No, I got Florida in my Final Four. You talk about guard play. This team has gotten better and better. I'll tell you my Final Four: Duke, Florida, Gonzaga out of the West. And here's my Cinderella team out of the Midway, Santa Clara as a 10 seed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect.
I
Respect.
love Santa Clara. I think Duke and Florida are just levels above every other team right now. And I have Duke taking on Gonzaga in the finals, and I got Duke winning it all. So I even have Villanova losing in the first round. Joey has them going to his Final Four. Joey's going crazy. He has Villanova in the Final Four, and I love it. But I did say if they do make a run, I got to be all in, right?
Yeah.
At that point, I got to be all in. So
yeah, I don't get me wrong. I agree with you. I agree with Duke. Don't get me wrong. Would I love to see Michigan State?
Yeah,
upset him.
Absolutely.
And Tom Izzo make a Final Four? Absolutely. Yeah. Do I think Tom Izzo's live for a Final Four? I give him a shot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Duke or Michigan State, but I'm going to go with Duke. On the other side, though. Mm-hmm. Well, down. I'm sorry. Call me crazy. I think Vanderbilt is live. I think Illinois is live. So I'm gonna go with either Illinois or Vanderbilt. You know how I feel about Houston. Can Houston make a run? Absolutely. Do I trust them to go out of the way? Absolutely not. Nebraska, I think Nebraska has a chance. We already talked about it with a coach. If he could average 30 a game, that could lead to a Final Four run. It's easy to say Michigan, right? On the Midwest.
They have the easiest path to a Final Four, I would say.
Give me Iowa State to reach the Final Four.
Wow.
I'm trying to go a little different, right? Give me Iowa State to reach the Final Four. Still, I would love to go with the Boilermakers out the West. I think Arkansas could make the Sweet 16. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think Arizona is live, but I think they'll be better next year. I think they'll be more positioned to win the tournament next year. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. Gonzaga and Arkansas Sweet 16 matchup. Well, Elite 8. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gonzaga, Arkansas Elite 8 matchup.
All right. Who do you got winning it all?
That one's tough. I'm gonna go with Illinois
to win it all.
It's always somebody you don't expect. I don't expect Illinois to win it.
Yeah,
they're good. Yeah. They're a good team.
Yeah, they are good. I don't mind Illinois. They're good. All right, kid. First time ever, Venezuela.
Now, real quick, though. Yeah. Could we just talk about the USA and Dominican Republic real quick? If not,
we can.
I just want to touch on it.
Yeah, we could talk about it. What are your thoughts? I mean, tough one for the boys. I'll say this: I was rooting for him. I had a ticket on Juan Soto, and yeah, it was a ball. But regardless, they didn't lose the game because of that. Terrible call, but they left so many guys on base.
Yes,
there were so many opportunities for them to win. And I think you play baseball your whole life. You just got to tip your cap. America, their bullpen pitched phenomenal in that game.
Yeah.
And Mason Miller closed it. He might be the best closer in base. He was hitting 103. But yeah, I just thought for an offense that was so dominant throughout the tournament, they went cold. And you got to give credit to Paul Skeens. Outside of the one home run he gave up to Junior Camilleri, who's a fucking beast.
Bad pitch.
He threw one bad pitch in 5 innings.
Yeah, a high slider.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Tough one for the boys.
Tough one for the Dominican Republic. We was both on them. When you were come in averaging 10 plus runs a game and you only score one off one home run, you couldn't get no batter scored in running position, you deserve to lose the game. Let's just be honest. I'm talking, look around. Like I said, I was on DR. We was on DR. I had money on DR. From a pitcher perspective, Dylan could tell you, your boy's, he's done a lot of things on the mound. If I'm getting a call constantly, it could be outside, it could be a little low, it could be the high corner. Guess what? I'm gonna constantly hit that spot. I don't care if it's a ball. If he's calling that spot a strike constantly, which the ump was all game, he constantly kept calling that low ball a strike. Why are you not swinging it in the last couple of innings? I don't understand that. To me, that comes down to management. I think Pujols got to tell his batters, yo, we only got one run. We got to be a little more aggressive at the plate these last 3 innings. He's calling that low ball a strike every time. Swing at it. That should have been the message the last 3 innings. So I'm not mad at the umpire. If he was not calling that spot a strike all game, and then the 8th and the 9th with Soto and the last batter, he calls those strikes. Okay, now I could be a little frustrated. All night he was calling that spot for both sides, so I can't be mad at it. Shout out Team USA, shout out Paul Skeens, shout out that bullpen. But DR, you did not get cheated. You simply wasn't aggressive enough, and you simply couldn't bring the runners in and scoring position. You left 7 or 8 runners on. Team USA didn't do that. They hit 2 solo home runs.
That's it.
Your pitching staff, Luis Areno, who, in my opinion, deserves a lot of credit, because to me, he pitched a hell of a game. The pitching staff did enough. The bullpen came in, shut it down.
Yeah,
they gave up 1 home run to Roman Anthony. DR,
shout out Boston Red Sox. The kid's a stud.
Stud. 21. We got him locked in for the next 8 years, so that's great. DR, as a Dominican, as a fan that was rooting, you lost this game. The ump didn't cost you the game.
And I'll say this as well. I think Albert Pujols, you mentioned him. He's going to be a hell of a manager when he becomes one. I know he was in contention to become the Angels' new manager, and he didn't get the job. He's going to be a really good head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Who has seen more than fucking Albert Pujols? He's going to be at Cooperstown one day. He's one of the best Dominican players of not just of all time, our generation. So I was actually very impressed with Albert Pujols. Yeah, you can nitpick, like you said, being more aggressive, but they didn't lose that on the strike. And I think they're making too big of it on that strike 3. Now, was it a ball? Absolutely.
Yeah. There's no denying it was a bad call, but the bad call ain't the reason you lost the game.
You left the bases loaded 3 times. Fernando Tatis, as good of a WBC as you had, it looked lackadaisical up there. You were swinging at like shit on the ground.
Yeah, Manny Machado had a bad final game. Juan Soto with that, that double play in the 6th inning or the 5th inning. To me, that was huge.
The kid Junior Camilleri is a stud, though.
Yeah, the whole
he
lineup.
Had 40 home runs in his rookie year.
I think it's not. I think there's no doubt that the Dominican Republic were the best team on paper. They just didn't show up in the semifinal.
Now I'm glad you said that, because Juan Soto, and he's a Met. I love Juan Soto. I gotta hold up.
You had a ticket, the MVP plus 2,500.
Plus 2,500. I got a whole thing. I got a PSA 9 rookie card for Juan Soto. I love Juan Soto. I think he's a generational player. I think the comments were a little weak. I don't think you go up there and make those comments after losing a game, saying, we all saw who was the better team. No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Because you lost.
Yeah.
Like, you just – I hate – that's just loser mentality. It's like you lost a huge game, right? Obviously, they're salty. But then to go to the media and say, if you watched, and I'm paraphrasing, if you watched the WBC, you know who the best team was. Clearly not, because you were averaging 10.5 runs and you couldn't even score 2 runs against a bullpen that Brazil and Italy scored 4 or 5 runs off of, and you couldn't score 1 run. You had 1 solo home run. I think those comments are a little weak, and it makes him look weak as well. And I love Juan Soto. I'll go to bat for him every time. But it rubbed me the wrong way. And I was rooting for DR. So I don't know. I didn't love the comments, if I'm being honest. It made him look a little weak.
I agree. But I can't be mad at him. Emotions are high.
100%.
After a loss like that. But
why can't you just tip your cap and be like, yeah, we tried, they were the better team.
Yeah, they were the better team, clearly. You got outpitched, you got outhit. That's what happened. If you did better, Juan, you would have won the game. You went 0 for 4.
And hitting the double plays. So what are you talking about?
And struck out looking.
It's the truth, though.
Start with yourself.
Yeah. But, that was the first time I game. And then Venezuela. I mean, I don't know if you watched the Venezuela-Japan game Saturday night, but, bro, Hollywood couldn't even write it. Ronald Acuna Jr. started off, and he hit a home run to lead the game off. Then, it was 1-0. Japan comes up at the bottom of the first, and fucking Shohei hits it. That ball's still going. That shit was over 400 feet. So it was back-to-back. It was cinema. They took the lead. Then Venezuela came roaring back, and they won. Oh, it was amazing. So, and then the finals was last night, Venezuela and United States. And Venezuela, shout out them, man. They're having a hell of a year. They get liberated, and then they win the World Baseball Classic for the first time ever. And we talk about lineups in the DR, and, a lot of things were made about the USA lineup, and we'll get to them. But, man, there were no holes in this lineup either. I mean, this team is full of studs. You lead it off with Ronald Acuna Jr. Michael Garcia is a stud from the Royals. Luis Ariz is a stud. William Contreras. Eugenio Suarez had the big home run in the game-winning double. I mean, shout out Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres had a great WBC as well. Salvador Perez. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's the captain. He's the catcher. And you know what I thought, too? I loved Salvador Perez because when he got into trouble, I think it was the 5th or 6th inning. I think it was bases loaded or something, 2 outs. They didn't need the pitching coach. He goes down there and says, I don't need anybody else. Let me calm my pitcher down. And he basically just said, he said it after the game, just trust your stuff. We got your back. Trust your stuff. And the guy gets out of the inning. That's all. I got chills just even talking about it because that is what every team needs. Is a guy like Salvador Perez. And, I'm actually happy for them. I really am. I wanted the USA to win, but when Bobby Witt Jr. doesn't have a hit, Aaron Judge goes 0 for 4, Kyle Schwarber goes 0 for 3, Alec Bregman goes 0 for 3, Roman Anthony goes 0 for 3. Like, they only had 3 hits in the game. And two of them was Bryce Harper. 2
of them came in the top of the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah. Inning. So, you know what? I said that this team looked entitled this whole tournament. I never really fully trust them. I don't know why Mason Miller wasn't in the fucking 9th inning. I truly don't. They had opportunities to win the game, but if you watch the game, Venezuela was the better team throughout all 9 innings. And you got to tip your cap. They were the better team. So congrats to Venezuela, and that's 3 straight years two years in a row that United States got silver. And, a lot of people were like, oh, why'd they take the medal off? I probably would have done the same thing. If I'm being honest, I'm not mad at Schwarber and other players who they received the medal and they took it immediately off. So I'm not mad at it, but you got to give credit to Venezuela. They were the better team.
Yeah, I think you nailed it perfectly, Dill. Venezuela was clearly the better team. There's a reason why there were 4 favorites coming in. The lineup was special. Let's just be honest. The lineup was special. The pitching staff is above average, not as good as these other pitching staff, but they had potential to win it all, and we saw it come to fruition. Shout out the Venezuela team. They proved last night they were the best team in the world. You understand, they beat Japan, the reigning champs. They beat the favorites, the United States of America. you got to give him credit, though. That top of the ninth after Bryce Harper hit a fucking shot, by the way, that could have took all the momentum and swung the opposite direction. You know, Venezuela was like that when they started off the top of the ninth, base hit, double, still score right away. I was like, damn, they would not be discouraged. So shout out Venezuela winning the WBC. First time getting there, by the way, and then winning it all. Hell of a job from Venezuela. I think they deserve to be champions. For America, you know, losing back-to-back WBC finals, to me, that stings a little bit. I don't want to discourage DeRosa. I don't think he deserves any blame. I think he's been doing a hell of a job, not for nothing, but it's tournament play. It's not a 7-game series. You know, do I think USA would have won 4 out of 7 times? Absolutely. This is why this tournament is special. It's one game, and that's the determining factor. Venezuela was the better team last night. That's all. So shout out Venezuela. Shout out Team USA. Shout out anybody that competed, because we starting to see WBC become an electric sighting, and I think it's going to be more and more popular, more and more viewers every 4 years. Can it become the World Cup? Probably not, but can it get the attention and excitement that the World Cup generates? Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough one for the captain. I mean, Aaron Judge, 3 strikeouts, 0 for 4. He just
shocker.
In elimination games, he's
shocker.
He's
already
good.
In playoff form. No disrespect, Aaron Judge. You're one of the greatest hitters of our generation. Nobody's debating that. But when it matters the most, when it's October, when it's WBC game on the line, championship game, you go 0 for 4, sitting down, looking twice, 3 Ks. That's just unacceptable. Coming out the 3-hole at that. Aren't we supposed to all rise when you get to the plate? No. All seriousness. You come out holding the flag, first one on the field.
Dope picture, though. That's
amazing picture.
Yeah.
When Mike Trout did that, he stepped up.
That's a fact.
You know, so Aaron Judge, we have a ton of respect for you, but you gotta step up when the moment matters the most. Because right now, that's lingering on your career right now. There's no doubt. You, like I say, you're one of the greatest player of this generation, one of the greatest hitters of this generation. But if you're not able, come playoff time or the next WBC or whatever, show up clutch in those moments, you're going to have a cloud hanging over your historic career forever. Aaron Judge, I wish the best for you. Well, not the best. I'm a Red Sox fan. But I do hope you get over the hump one day and you do have that nice, historic, memorable playoff run. We just yet to see it.
I'm not a Aaron Judge apologist, and he was bad. But when Bobby Witt Jr. goes hitless, Schwarber goes hitless, Alex Bregman, Roman Anthony, Buxton, Wilson. Cal Raleigh had 60 home runs, and he went hitless in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. He should have shook his teammates' hands. Karma.
Yeah. I thought that was actually really funny. But it's just not all on him as well either, I'll say.
No, absolutely. It's tough for the final game, championship game. There's enough blame to go around. All I'm saying is, if Aaron Judge goes 2 for 4 instead of 0 for 4, we might be having a different conversation.
Ball game. Yeah, I agree. And
did he strike out once when bases loaded?
Yeah, or runners in scoring position. I forget. I don't even know what I had for lunch, so it's hard to remember last night. One thing though, I guess I would push back on. I'm not a big Mark DeRosa fan. I'm good. He's not even a real coach. Like he's an analyst. Like he doesn't even coach. I know it's his second time with the WBC, but we're 0 for 2 with him. Like I'm sorry.
I respect that he was on the initial roster when the WBC first started. So I respect from that aspect. I understand. Is there better? Like, don't get me wrong. I love
better coaches, and I want to win at this point.
Like, to me, I love seeing Andy Pettit. Even as a Red Sox fan, it was nice to see
Italy. Yeah,
so there's plenty of great minds available on that bench. I'm not here going for DeRozan's job. Like I said, I respect the fact that he was on the first
He didn't even know that they were advanced. Did you hear about that? Where he was like, "Oh, I didn't know." And
oh yeah. When he was like, "Oh, I misspoke."
yeah,
Like he did in the third game when
yeah,
you could have got eliminated. You couldn't even
yeah.
make it a play if it wasn't for Italy.
And that's supposed to be your leader. Come on, bro. Like, you're lucky Italy
All right, I'll
took
give
care
you
of
that. That's a
business.
fireable offense. You
That's
not knowing
bad.
that you have to win the game.
Yeah.
You know.
So it is what it is, but the credit does go to Venezuela. I'm happy for them. I mean, I don't know if you saw Eugenio Suarez's post-game speech, just dedicating everything to like unity and family and how much this means to not just them, but their country, Venezuela, and everything that they've been through. That's another thing. I think a lot of people are, I don't want to say a word, but I think a lot of people are soft and saying, "Oh, how can you say this means more than the World Series?" I actually love that. I don't understand why. Yeah, it does mean more.
It's for your country.
Why do you think you and I and Joey and all our friends go so hard for America in the Olympics? Because this is our country. This means more, especially what just happened with Venezuela. Like, you see it, it's coming into tears, and I love all the bat flips. And it's like you know this, it's like the old school unwritten rules. Like, because if you do that in the MLB and you do a big bat flip, what's the next thing that's gonna happen?
They're gonna get fined.
No, they're gonna throw at you because you tried to stand them up and you tried to embarrass them. There was none of that. You know why? Because it's more fun like that. Let baseball be great again. Honestly, like just let the boys have fun. I'm glad all the players from different countries spoke out and said this means more than the World Series, because honestly, the play on the field showed that
shows it.
More.
Yeah,
exactly.
And not for none, those crowd pops were louder than some World Series. Not every 100%. World Series, but some World Series that I've witnessed. Absolutely. And we're talking about pool play.
Yeah.
Not even championship play.
No, Fernando Tatis's home run, I think in pool play, it was so much
special.
If you didn't like the WBC, I think you're a loser, if I'm being honest.
Or a boomer.
Yeah.
A boomer might not.
Yeah, because this was so fun and all the players enjoyed it, and you saw how much it meant. Joe's in the chat saying Mark DeRosa played brother for 16 years. He's good if the player it's the players though. They have no aura. It looked like it on the bench as well. I mean, when they were down, it looked like someone ripped their fucking heart out. I'm like, where's the life? Because you saw and I thought you made a great point, when Bryce Harper hit that home run, immediate response from Venezuela. They didn't get down. They knew they were the better team. When USA got down, there was no fight. They were
scoreless for 8. 8 in the third.
Yep. They lied over. They're trash. Honestly, I'm glad they lost, if I'm being honest. They're too stuck up for me. They thought they were entitled. They thought like who the hell they were. And to be honest, everyone's like, oh, how can United States put out their best roster? Those are the best hitters for America. Yeah, maybe Pete Alonso and there's another one here or there, but this is their best roster. Yeah. So if you can't win now.
And that bullpen was stacked. Pitching staff was you let up 3 runs and then 1 run. You let up 4 runs in the semifinal and the final. That's pretty damn great.
It is worry that Noah McClann, starter for the Mexico and the championship game, he's a Met. He did not have a good WBC, so that is a little worrying. But yeah, it's all good. Shout out Venezuela. They deserve all the flowers in the world, and I'm glad that they won. So shout out them. Kid, let's talk some football here before we get into the picks. I'm going to go team to team, and we're going to start in Philadelphia, where it was kind of like been a quiet off season for them, but they re-signed Dallas Goedert, 1 year, $7 million deal. Darius Slay winds up retiring, 6-time Pro Bowler. And then who knows what's going to happen with A.J. Brown, but they go out and sign my boy Hollywood Brown to a 1-year deal. So what do you think about their little re-signings to 1-year deals? And I guess moving forward, do you eventually think A.J. Brown is dealt?
I like the Dallas Goddard signing. I think he had a productive season last year. We know he's Jalen Hurts' security blanket. And if AJ Brown just happens to move, I think you need to keep, Devontae Smith and AJ Goddard there. Let's just start there. Shout out Darius Slay. I think he had a hell of a career. Hopefully he finds himself in a roster in August. You never know. Some of these players, they want to retire just so they need to go to camp. So I wouldn't be surprised he's on a championship caliber team come August, September. Now with the AJ Brown. I tell you one thing, Dill. The price just went up. And that's not a good thing because the Patriots are live for AJ Brown. The closer the draft gets, the better our chances are. Because the Eagles know they have to make a move. Right? I think the world knows the Eagles have to make a move. It's just when. Are they gonna get the first round pick the desire? I think after what we just saw happen in Denver, I think they have to. It's just a matter of when. What is going to be the offer? Is it going to be a first and a third and a player? Is it going to be a first and a third or first and a fourth? What could it be? We're not sure. But one thing is for certain, A.J. Brown's career as a Philadelphia Eagles should be coming to an end come NFL draft.
And, I agree. The one thing I agree with is the price today is not the price tomorrow because when the Broncos go out and give a first-round pick, a third, a fourth for Jalen Waddle, what do you think A.J. Brown's going to demand? More. I don't know. We could talk about that real quick because, yes, good move for another team that was quiet. I was actually very skeptical as to why Denver was this quiet. You got a rookie contract with Bo Nix. You have a top 5 defense. You have to strike now. And then they go out and get him. Now, I am worried for Courtland Sutton because now you bring in a guy like Jalen Waddle. He is your wide receiver number 1 now. Great player. I love him. I think Jalen Waddle's a really talented player. I do think it kind of messed up the market a little bit because I think it's a lot for a guy like Jalen Waddle. Just my opinion.
Don't get me wrong. You could make that case, and I don't think you're wrong with that opinion, Dill. We saw Jalen Waddle back-to-back seasons due to injury go under 1,000 yards, right? But we also saw Jalen Waddle in his second season. The reason why he got paid, I think he was 3rd in the league or 4th with 1,300 yards. So there's no doubt Jalen Waddle is a serious weapon, true number 1 wide receiver when he's healthy. I think the Denver Broncos may have paid a high price, but when you believe you're a player away from getting to your ultimate destination, I think the price is never too high. Still, we just saw the Denver Broncos lead the NFL in sacks with 68 and only had one key departure from that defense. The defense is going to be pretty damn good, right? You have RJ Harvey. You got the couple running backs there. The running game is going to be solid. Like you said, Bo Nix is still on a rookie contract. The window to win is right now while he's on that rookie deal. I think the Denver Broncos might have just became the favorites in the AFC. I haven't checked the odds or anything like that, but in my opinion, I think I'm not saying I think this makes the Broncos the team to beat, but I think there's no doubt in anybody's mind who really watches the NFL. We just saw this team win 14 games last season, right? You can make the case they improved. The defense ain't going nowhere, right? With a healthy Bo Nix, I'm on record. I'm a Patriots fan, as you can see. I believe with Bo Nix being healthy in the AFC Championship game, they would have went to the Super Bowl. I still believe they would have lost to Seattle because I think Seattle was just that good. Mm-hmm. But already they were a Super Bowl caliber team. We saw it this season. Now you add a true number 1 receiver in Jalen Waddle who could possibly elevate the offense a little more. What was our concern all season till the offense starting off slow, not able to be consistent, scoring points in the first half? They usually came on the second half with these fourth quarter comebacks. What did we say was not sustainable, those fourth quarter comebacks? Now you add a true number 1 receiver. I think this makes Denver Broncos the team to beat in the AFC.
Yeah, so to your
point, I still don't think this should be the favorite, but I think this makes them the team to beat.
So right now they are the 6th favorite to come out of the AFC at plus 950. Ahead of them, Patriots at plus 850, Chiefs at plus 800,
That's crazy.
Chargers at plus 700, Ravens
That's
at plus
crazy.
500, and then the Bills at plus 490. I agree.
The only two, real quick, the only two teams that should be ahead of Denver is
Bills
Ravens and the Ravens.
Yeah,
Bills and Ravens. The Chiefs, don't get me wrong, with a healthy Patrick Mahomes,
they
always
got
a
Justin
threat.
Fields now.
With a healthy Patrick Mahomes, always a threat. Yeah. Do I think the Chiefs are the Chiefs that we saw during that 5-year Super Bowl run? Absolutely not. Can I be proven wrong? Absolutely. Do I think the Chargers are a contender? Don't get me wrong. When their O-line is healthy, don't get me wrong, they're a different team. Do I think Justin Herbert is a Super Bowl contending quarterback right now? I don't think so. So I think it's going to be – and my Patriots are right there. Don't get me wrong. The Patriots are good. Are we going to get as lucky as we did last year? Maybe. Can we go on another playoff run if we're a top 2 seed? I think so. Can we make another Super Bowl? Possibly. Not for nothing. But in my opinion, it should be Denver, Bills, Ravens.
Yeah, I think you mentioned a couple things there. I believe he is the number one, and maybe a guy like Cortland Sutton is up for grabs now. Maybe he's on the trade block. You know, he was kind of hurt last season as well. Joe makes a good point in the chat. He says, "Don't sleep on Troy Franklin." I feel like he improves with the addition of. Yeah, no, they are.
And let's not forget my boy Bryant, who was hurt in the playoffs. He's nice.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I like the move. Miami is taking calls, they said, for Devon Achane, but they said he is not available. So they're ready to sell everyone, just not Devon Achane, which makes sense. I mean, he is your best player. You know who I feel bad for? Malik Willis. You got nobody.
Yeah. I think you got Washington.
You got Tutu Atwell.
And Jalen Tolbert, the former Cowboy. So
shout out Tutu Atwell. That's like a top 5 NFL name. Tutu Atwell.
Super Bowl champ now, so he brings some experience into that locker room. But all seriousness, I like what Miami's doing. Going full rebuild. Can't be mad at that. They have a ton of first round picks, top 3 round picks. I think they have 7 top 3 round picks in the next 2 years. If 5 of those are hits, hey, Miami's going to be able to cook something up. If Malik Willis can replicate what he did last year in Green Bay, not what we saw in Tennessee, Miami's going to have better quarterback play, So I like what Miami's doing, going full rebuild. As a Patriots fan, if they hit a couple home runs with those picks, going to be a little worried, not going to lie, Dill. But the fact that you was able to reset your roster, we know you're going to, short-term pain for long-term gain. Let's see if they could make it happen.
Yeah, I think it's important to note the trade is official. He did pass his physical. I think it's important to note now moving forward with the whole physical things. But
thanks, Baltimore.
You mentioned a good point. 5 teams once again own 2 first-round picks in this year's draft. Jets have 2, the 2nd and the 16th. The Browns have number 6 and number 24. The Chiefs have 9 and 29. Cowboys have 12 and 20. And now the Dolphins have 11 and 30. So I think it's important to know as well. And then lastly, the Jets do make the trade Justin Fields to the Kansas City Chiefs. Other teams were interested, but he wanted to go to Kansas City. We granted him that. So we get a 6th-round pick for him. I mean, obviously Mahomes is recovering from a torn ACL. So, Justin Fields is going to have a lot of times reps in the offseason, and he could possibly be week 1 starter depending on how the recovery goes. But next year for the Jets, 3 first-rounders. We get our own. We have the Colts, shout out Sauce, and we have either the Cowboys or the Packers, whichever is higher. We have a 2nd-round pick. We have a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, a 5th, and then 3 6. So we have 11 picks, the 49ers, the Chiefs, and the Eagles. So we're coming. Eventually, we're coming.
You just gotta hit on them. It could be a couple swings and misses, but like the Miami situation, you have what 9 in the first. Well, you already have four first round picks, second round, so you're gonna have 8 or 9 top 3 round picks in the next 2 years. 6 of them are hits. You're gonna be pretty damn good. If you're able to draft a quarterback next year with the first or second overall pick, you'll be you'll be pretty lucky. Those other picks gotta be home runs still.
They have to be, and it all starts this almost a month away. You got to get Arvell Reese. People are comparing him to Minka Parsons. We'll see, but you can't pass on the opportunity, because if he does end up being a comp or even better, we're going to look and be like, wow, we could have had Arvell Reese. We could have had a legendary top 10 pick, and I think you got to take him, because a lot of people are talking about David Bailey from Texas Tech. He had one good year. Yeah, it was really good. He had 17 and a half sacks, but Arvell Reese is a generational player. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Buckeye fan, but I will say he is a linebacker that goes sideline to sideline, and we need that right now. So
I think, and I also think he's more the sure thing. When you taking somebody second overall, you want to go with the sure thing. You want to go with, out of these 4 or 5 players, which one is a Hall of Famer? That's who we're taking with the second overall pick. If you believe he's a future Hall of Famer, that's who you draft. I don't care what your needs are. You're going to draft who you believe in this top 3, top 4 players, who's the future Hall of Famer. That's what I'm doing.
Arvell Reese, and I'll say this, kid, I haven't gotten a Jets jersey since
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I have his jersey. I was gonna say Le'Veon.
No.
I'll get an Arvell Reese jersey.
Yeah.
Bro. I think he's so good.
I wanted to get the Drake Mace with the USA 250 jersey, Super Bowl jersey.
That shit is so tough. And they have the American patch as well.
Nowhere to be found. The 250 USA.
You're gonna have to rob someone.
I'll pay $300 for that. Not for the white one. Yeah, I want the blue one.
I know.
But if I could get that Super Bowl patch with the USA 250 on it, $300.
Look who it is. How you doing, Joe?
Gentlemen, how am I sounding?
Great.
Golden.
Awesome. Yo, I had to join you guys late here. I had to get a little story. I'm glad I hopped in at the football segment right now.
What do you got?
Doing a little investigative journalism, I came across this article, Max Preps in 2012, and it's talking about a wheelchair-bound, respected offensive line coach and defensive line coach, John Ziza, right? And they're talking about this one time when Campanelli, I think it was Vito at the time. Right now, if you know Campanelli, they're one of the royal coaching families of New Jersey. Hey, watch out. Probably going to be favorited for a head coach soon in the future. Anthony, he's defensive coordinator right now for the Jacksonville Jaguars. No wonder why they were so good. But at the end of the day, this is what occurred. And they didn't mention my father, but my Big Joe is involved because they went to Caven Point to play Ferris High, right? And this was Props Catholic, the first time in 91 when they ever beat St. Joe's. So this is a long time running. They didn't want to allow Ziza on the field as, he was wheelchair bound. Yeah. And my dad stuck up for him in Campanelli. And, you don't get any credit. As I said, you don't mention him by name, but he decked the guy and stood up for John Ziza, and he was able to coach. And you could see how good his influence has gotten through the history of time, New Jersey high school, through the college level, and now look, like I said, even in the pros.
Head coach of St. Joe's, correct?
No, it was Props Catholic. Vito at the time. If you look at the Campanelli brothers, they're all over New Jersey. DePaul head coach, Bergen Catholic head coach. Like I said, Anthony was at Michigan, the Dolphins, and now he's a defensive coordinator for the Jaguars. So a sleeper for, like I said, a head coaching position probably next year, maybe Anthony Campanelli.
Who is this head coach of St. Joe's?
Currently, right now?
Yes.
Oh, it's Augie Hoffman III. He went to the New Orleans Saints, drafted in the 90s. He was an awesome offensive line. He was my head coach, and when I was at St. Joe's, and he's a head coach right now. He went, into college. I think he coached Rutgers for a while.
I was about to say he was under Rutgers. Who's the guy?
Why am I drawing a blank? Remember he coached the Bucks, Elvis, and he did the offensive line jump, and everyone was mad at him. The old school Rutgers coach, man. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Not
I'm
Rich
trying to
Rod.
think.
Greg Schiano?
Greg Schiano, yeah,
Schiano.
thank you. Boom, that's what popped up. Yeah, so he was under Greg Schiano. I mean, he look at some of the running backs that he's coached. Right now, I think some guys went to all over the place, and they're in the pros right now.
Is it
So
Ray Rice from Rutgers?
Ray Rice is from Rutgers. I mean, there's a plenty of guys, but these
Ray
coaches, they have a lot of guys that are currently in the pro system.
Jersey just breeds athletes, man.
Yeah.
It's a football family. It sounds like here in the Northeast. I love it.
Yeah, I had to hop in with you boys. You guys were having a great show.
Appreciate the story.
You want to stay? What do you want to do?
I'm here with you guys. Whatever you go to next, I'll hop in.
All right, but before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world. No competition without 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, no light, 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks. So just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching some NCAA March Madness. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink, I believe, here at the Dream Wager and at Viva. It's to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, let's get into it. Round 1 of the NCAA tournament. We'll go through today. We'll go through tomorrow. Whatever you got. We will start, though. First game. Hopefully, you guys have cool bosses. 12:15 here on the East Coast. The Buckeyes taking on TCU. Right now, Ohio State is laying 2.5 here, -144 on the money line, plus 2.5 for TCU. Boys, I'm on Ohio State. I got them advancing here and then eventually losing to Duke.
I heard you were on Ohio as well, Ohio State.
Yeah, we got to roll with the Buckeyes here, round 1. Don't get me wrong, I think TCU is a tough matchup, but I think Ohio State gotta advance. Gotta advance against TCU. If this was a football matchup, we'll be our eyes will be glued to the TV if this was a bowl game. But it ain't. It's a round 1 matchup in college basketball. So I'm going to go with the Buckeyes here to advance. Do I want to lay the 2.5? I might. I'll probably just take it on the money line.
Yeah, and I'm the opposite side. I'm the only one taking TCU here. I see the wins over, Florida, defending national champs. Iowa State as big spots for them. And I think the team could shoot. I'll take the points easily, but I could see them winning outright. So I'm the opposite. I'm just on TCU.
All right, next game, Joe's favorite team, Troy, taking on the Cornhuskers of Nebraska. Nebraska laying 12.5, plus 12.5 for Troy, plus 740 on the money line. Total is 137.5. Think it's too many points. I see down the road, they had that nice start. I think they went 23-24-0, but ever since then, it's been a steady decline here for the Cornhuskers, and Troy could shoot the ball. Troy is a nightmare along the 3-point line. I'll take the 12.5 in my pocket.
I like that.
I would just take Nebraska to advance. I'm not going to anything that's above 10, unless it's like I'm very confident in, it's tournament play. Always lean the high points. I'm going to just take Nebraska to advance.
I bet betting underdogs will be profitable in this. And if you could take the points, I would advise to do it. But I'm with
There's going to be one upset in round 1.
I was going to say there's got to be one upset. It could be Troy here, but in 2 separate brackets that I've made, I do have Troy advancing one and Nebraska in the other. So I think you could favor with Nebraska advancing, but I would take the points.
Next up, 1:30 here on the East Coast. Number 6, Louisville, taking on number 11, South Florida. Right now, we got the line at 4.5 for the Cardinal. Louisville, are they the Cardinals?
Yeah,
Cardinals.
Yeah, Louisville. I don't know why I drew a blank. 4.5, and then South Florida plus 4.5, plus 168. I'm taking the dog here. Give me South Florida. I think they're honestly the better team. I think they're better at their free throws as well, and I just think Louisville, they didn't really end the season strongly here. So tough loss against Miami for Louisville in the ACC tournament. I like South Florida. They won their conference. This team is legit. I'll take them on the money line plus 168.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm gonna take the plus 4.5. Give me Florida. Looking around, Louisville respected, but round 1, anything is possible. Some of these more evenly matchups, you gotta take the dog. You got to take the dog, neutral site. Give me the plus 4.5. Not saying they're going to win outright like Dill. Give me the 4.5.
Yeah, I think Florida, they come to play, and Louisville at times they play not to lose. And I think in the tournament, you got to be fully committed to the victory. And if you're playing not to lose, I think at a certain point, a team like South Florida, the way they're able to shoot free throws, I think it could add up when it comes to the end of the game. So yeah, I would even go money line with South Florida to advance. And you have multiple brackets for a reason, but you could put South Florida in one of them.
Let's head to the West region where we got High Point taking on Wisconsin. Wisconsin laying double digits, 10.5, minus 480 on the money line. High Point plus 360. Total is 163.5. Like the over, I'll say that. I think both teams could shoot the ball really well. They're not interested in playing defense, which is why the total is so high. So I do like the over. I think Wisconsin wins, but I do think it's closer than the line. So I would take the points.
Yeah, me, this is stay away. Give me Wisconsin to just advance.
Man, and you guys don't think anything of High Point? I think they've been the highest percentage three-point shooting team in the country, to be honest with you. I think High Point shoot the rock. On both of my brackets that I've made, I have High Point beating Wisconsin, who always play spoiler in tournament time, but I think High Point this year can actually play spoiler to Wisconsin.
All right. I wanted to see where they are. They're in the Big South Conference. They did win it. All right. Let's go to the next game. We got Duke, number 1 overall seed in the East, laying 27 against Siena. 55-1 if you feel like Siena could do the outcome. Obviously, I think Duke's going to win here. Do I want to lay 27.5? Probably not. I don't think the game's going to be close. Look for Boozer to probably enforce his will. But, yeah, I got Duke advancing.
Yeah, this one, 27.5. I'm not going to think about laying it. Kind of thinking about taking it. Like I said, just stay away. I won't even pick Duke to advance because not even worth the minus probably 3K on it.
Maybe a game where you touch the total. It's only at 135.5. Maybe the over because Duke can single-handedly score about 70 on the floor there. So I mean, if they stop Siena a lot, then that could probably hurt. But maybe take the over in this one. Maybe a team total over or something that you can get some value.
Yeah, I just worry about the blowout factor. If they wind up blowing them out, I think the over is dead. Let's go to the next game. We'll go out to, where is it? Maybe, I think the Midwest region. The South. Vanderbilt, 5 seed, taking on number 12, McNeese. Vanderbilt laying 11.5, plus 580 here for McNeese. Vanderbilt, they're getting hot at the right moment. Yeah. They beat Florida here in the semifinals of the SEC. They lose a tough one to Arkansas in the SEC final. McNeese is good. They could score the basket, but Vanderbilt is just different right now. I probably would lay the big number. I know you don't like to lay it in the first round, but I should think Vanderbilt is too good of a team right now. So, yeah, I'd probably lay it.
I told you Vanderbilt is live for the Final Four. They're live for the Sweet 16. I don't tend to lay the big number. This one I will lay. I will take the minus 11.5 with Vandy. I think they take care of business. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a 15-point win.
I originally took Vanderbilt, but I'm seeing value in McNeese State as well. As you're saying, maybe laying 4.5 on some of these other games. They're getting 11.5. I might be on the fence to take it with McNeese and how they could score. Close to 50% with 12 seeds winning since 2020. I mean, 5 seeds are capable of losing. So, like I said, maybe the points is a safer bet, sharper bet. If you're willing to take McNeese advancing, I mean, that would be amazing.
Let's go to the East region. Number 3, Michigan State taking on number 14, North Dakota State. Tom Izzo's laying 16.5 here. Plus 12-1 here for North Dakota State. Total is 143.5. This is a stay away. I don't want to lay the big number. I don't want to take it either with North Dakota State, but do think Michigan State winds up advancing here to the second round.
Yeah, I'm high. State.
Yeah, MSU advancing. That's all.
All right, let's go back to the West region. Number 4, Arkansas, led by the great Italian John Calipari, taking on the Rainbow Warriors. Number 13, Rainbow
You love Hawaii.
Warriors.
You love Hawaii.
I love Hawaii. I'll take the 15.5. Yes, Darius Acuff Jr. might be the best player in the country, and he could go for 30. But Rainbow Warriors will still cover this. I mean, this is too big of a number right now. I'm going to take Rainbow Warriors. First time back in the tournament in over a decade. Momentum is on their side, boys. Give me the Rainbow Warriors plus 15.5.
I'm going to go with Acuff over 26.5 points at plus 105. Sure. I think he sees the opportunity to possibly get position as a top 3 pick, possibly the first overall pick. If the man averages 30 plus throughout the tournament, he's going to be a top draft pick. Give me Acuff over 26.5.
I like the prop there, being smart about it, but I guess you're hard pressed to not see Arkansas advance, right? That's the thing. So I could see Arkansas win. In both of my brackets, man. I do have Arkansas getting over on the Hawaiian Rainbow Warriors.
The Rainbow Warriors, baby. Let's go. Let's go back to the South region where we got number 6, North Carolina Tar Heels taking on the VCU Rams. North Carolina laying 2.5. VCU plus 2.5, plus 122. Total is 152.5. Yeah, give me the Rams here, kid. I'm going to take VCU. I don't think North Carolina's that good. They lost their point guard for the rest of the season. So that, I think, what did we talk about earlier in the show? It comes down to guard play, and I think VCU defends. They defend well, and I just think they score. I think they could get up and down the court and score more than North Carolina. So, yeah, give me the Rams here on the money line, plus 122.
Give me the Tar Heels. I'm going to lay the 2.5 here. Call me a homer. I'm going to go with the Tar Heels here. They got to advance. They got to make it to the minimum round of 32. Give me the Tar Heels minus 2.5.
Yeah, don't you think the coach is on the hot seat a little bit? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tournaments pass, so I think UNC, unfortunately for VCU in this spot, I like them. Maybe willing to take the points, but I do see UNC advancing just because the fire's under them.
Number 1 seed out of the Midwest, Michigan, taking on number 16, Howard, who just won against.
Congrats to Howard. Shout out Howard.
Yeah, we hit that. Against UMBC, they won. Michigan laying 30.5. I mean, crazy. This is wild. Total is 151.5. Michigan's going to win the game. Now, do I want to lay 30 points? Never. But I don't think Howard could actually keep this one close either. So I do think it's a triple-digit win.
Yeah. For anybody listening out there, if you ever need $100 bad and you have $9,000 in your wallet, yeah, you might want to lay the money line with Michigan here. I don't advise that, but if you need $100 that bad,
a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say exactly that. If you're looking for a guaranteed team to move on, I unfortunately for Howard, it's just too small of a program against this powerhouse that Michigan has. Man, it's a lot of good talent on the floor.
Let's go to the West region. Number 6, BYU, led by AJ DeBances, taking on number 11, Texas. BYU laying 2.5 here against Texas. Texas barely snuck out against NC State. We were on NC State on the money line. They almost won the game, came down to the last 10 seconds. I'll lay it. I'll lay the 2.5 here with BYU. I mean, if AJ DeBances goes for 25-30, I don't think the Longhorns could keep this one close. So, yeah, give me the Mormons. I'll take BYU.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take the money line minus 133 with BYU. We saw Texas just a couple of days, 2 days ago. Wasn't that impressive? Barely snuck in. Now BYU, true proven program. I think they take care of business. I'm surprised they're only -2.
I see it the same way. I like AJ DeBances. I think he's a fantastic player, and yeah, you see BYU making a push. Like they were good all year, slipped up in spots, but Texas is going to be hanging on by the skin of their teeth, and it's not going to be enough.
Let's go to the South region. St. Mary's, my darling, number 7 seed, taking on A&M, number 10 seed. St. Mary's laying 3.5. Total is 147.5. I'll lay it here with St. Mary's. I just think you could even get a 2.5. I'm looking up right now. Yeah, I'll take St. Mary's here to get to the round of 30.
Hey, real quick, I had a look at this West Coast Conference, and I see that they play ball, man. So, looking at the round of 64, you got to think that some of these West Coast Conference teams, these WCC teams, are going to advance, right?
Oh yeah, I got St. Mary's going to the Elite 8. Yeah, I got them upset in Houston, Illinois. Yeah, I'm high on St. Mary's.
I do think Texas A&M could keep it close. If it was a better number, like a 4.5, 5, I will be on Texas A&M. Do I think it'll be a good game? Yes. Do I want to take the 2.5? I think that's real slim. Kind of lean the points with Texas A&M, but I'm with you guys. I do think St. Mary advances.
Yo, and Texas on top of the world. They're everywhere, man. Texas A&M, and Texas all in the tournament.
The NIL money, NIL money. I'm telling you.
Let's go to Elvis's team to win it all in Illinois, taking on UPenn. Illinois laying 25.5 against the Ivy League champions. Total is 151.5. I probably would take the points here right now. I think 25 is crazy. UPenn could shoot the ball, and those boys, they're good beyond the arc. Illinois should win the game, but 25.5 is a lot of points.
Well-balanced team. TJ Power, Roberts. I mean,
yeah.
I do like Penn, but Illinois is very, very good.
Yeah, I think we can all understand Illinois is a good team, but to lay 25.5, come on now. Come on now. It's a little too much. I'll lean the plus 25.5. Illinois to advance.
Midwest region, we got number 9, St. Louis, taking on number 8, Georgia Bulldogs. Right now, Bulldogs laying 2.5 here, plus 122. For St. Louis, yeah, I'm all over St. Louis. I think the wrong team is favored. I think Georgia's good. I do not think they have the firepower to keep up with St. Louis. So I'm going to take St. Louis here on the money line, plus 120.
Don't you sense like the SEC's down a little bit? I know the play in the conference is good, but when they play out of conference, they're just not as good. So I'm with D-Rock as well. I've been high on St. Louis all year.
Yeah, I'm with St. Louis here as well. Don't get me wrong, Georgia, they're good, but tournament play. I think we always got to put that in perspective. Tournament play, neutral site. Give me St. Louis.
All right, 2 more games here on Saturday. We'll go out to the West region. Number 3, Gonzaga taking on number 14, Kennesaw State. Zags laying 21.5 here, 20-1 if you like. Kennesaw State total is 154.5. Going with the Zags to advance, but I'd probably be more inclined to take the points here with Kennesaw State.
Yeah, give me Kennesaw State backdoor cover, plus 21.5. Wouldn't be surprised to hit a jump shot to cut it to 19. Give me the plus 21.5.
Yeah, I'm with the points as well. Yeah, I think as you see a lot of the matchups with the like 3, 4, 5 seeds, I think points, if they're laying a lot, you got to see to take them. But yeah, Gonzaga is the type of team to advance. Another WCC team.
If they're up big, they're gonna sit down. They're gonna backdoor cover.
Let's go to the South region. Number 2, Houston taking on number 15, Idaho, laying 23.5 here with the Cougars. Total is 137.5. Another spot, like Joe said, where, big seeded laying double digits here. Yes, they're going to win the game, but I would take Idaho plus 23.5. I mean, that's just crazy.
Crazy. I might lay it with Houston, right, E?
You know how I feel about Houston.
Yeah,
I picked Houston multiple times. They should take care of business around 1. I don't want to lay the 23.5, but if there's someone to lay 23.5, it got it. I think Houston deserves that right for round 1.
Yeah, real quick, before we get into Friday, I've heard you both say the word tournament. And do you say tournament or tournament?
I don't think there's any real
tournament. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say tournament.
You say tournament. So I like phonetically say it.
Yeah.
Where it's like TOUR. And my girlfriend and her family say tournament. And I'm like, it's not a turn. Where's the TU? And,
it ain't the Tour de France either, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just phonetically.
Well, something about the English language, like if you know, like the proper English, like overseas, everything involves a U color, all that, and we got rid of you. The United States got rid of you.
We got our independence back.
Yeah, we got our independence back.
Let's fucking go.
Got rid of the U's and the names.
Let's go. Let's go to Friday. Oh, my darling, Santa Clara, 10 seed in the Midwest, taking on Kentucky. Minus 2.5 for the Wildcats. Total is 160.5. Fuck the points. Give me Santa Clara plus 134. I got Santa Clara going all the way to the Final Four, baby.
Wow, that's crazy, but I can see them beating Kentucky. Letdown spot year after year for Kentucky, right? So
yeah,
Santa Clara, another we went 3 consecutive WCC teams, and I think all of them can advance.
Yeah.
With Kentucky, they've been having disappointments a couple years now. Wouldn't be surprised to get disappointed again. I'll take the plus 3.5 here.
Out of, I think, 4 games they lost since the beginning of January, Santa Clara. 3 of them were to Gonzaga and 1 was to St. Mary's. Everyone else they beat.
Wow.
So that's
high level ball out there.
Santa Clara, man, they've really elevated that program. Let's go to the Midwest. Number 5, Texas Tech taking on number 12, Akron. The Zips. Texas Tech laying 7.5 here. Total is 156. Give me the Zips, kid. They're not the same team, Texas Tech, without Toppin. He tore his ACL. He is out for the season. Yes, they're still a really good team, but they're not the same team that beat Duke on a neutral court site back in December. This is a different team. Zips could shoot the ball. Now, do I think they win? Maybe. If they get hot and they shoot, they could win the game, but they're definitely going to keep this one close. Give me the +8 with Zips.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dill. I would take the points and have um Texas advance. So I will do that. Give me the +8, +7.5 with Texas Tech advancing.
Man, as much as I want to back the Zips, man, both of my brackets I have Texas Tech advancing. It hurts me to do so because I want to see a 12 seed advance as much as I do in any other bracket. But if the shooting isn't there for Akron, I think that 7.5 can be covered actually. So I'm actually -7.5 with Texas Tech.
Let's go to the West region. Number 1, Arizona Wildcats taking on our Sharks of Long Island, baby.
How about that?
I passed their stadium, by the way, so shout out to Sharks.
The college is getting good at everything. Baseball,
team. They're really new into D1. I think this is only like their 3rd year into D1 sports, and they're already dancing. So
football, baseball, everything.
They won their tournament, and honestly, I'm happy that they don't have to pay a play-in game in the first 4. They deserve to be in the tournament, but they got the number 1 overall seed.
The team hasn't lost at all this year, really.
Arizona, I mean, their resume speaks for themselves. I mean, they are just a fucking wagon, right? This is probably the best Arizona team I've seen in my life. This is how good they are. But give me the Sharks +30.5. I mean, that's just too many points for the Sharks.
That New York grip. Yeah. Give me the +30. You know, them boys sit in traffic half their day. Trust me. I'll be on 495. Trust me. Them boys sit in traffic half the day. They have patience. They're gonna be locked in. Give me the +30.5. It's too much.
Yeah,
too much.
Yeah, the New York boys. Yeah, the way they're gonna be coached, grit. Hey, they could be having games at Rutgers Park for all we know.
We got to side with the Strong Island. They're on the LIE for hours to get to class.
This is only a 10-point spread, in my opinion. I think Long Island keeps it close. 30 points, you got to take it.
30 points is crazy. Now I do think Arizona will win the game, but 30 is crazy.
But there's no value on that side. They're that favored.
Yeah. Let's go to the Midwest. The Cavaliers of Virginia taking on Wright State. Virginia laying 18.5 here. Total is 145.5. Another one where, I think the Cavaliers are good, but they got guard play. 2 young freshman guards from Wright State. They could ball. I'll take the 18.5 in my pocket.
Yeah, this is another one. I think 18.5 is too much. We all know the Cavaliers. We all know Virginia. Solid school. They always tend to make a deep run in the tourney. But 18.5? Who the hell you think you are? Give me the +18.5 with Wright State.
It's not going to be like years past where Virginia loses to Furman and Stan Van Gundy loses his life savings.
Wow.
I think Virginia is going to beat Wright State.
He had $5,000 on.
He's looking like
he had 50,000 on.
He's lying.
He didn't say a word. He just looking.
Yeah.
That was not for nothing. The fact that he was just bro, do your job. Stop worrying about your bet.
He had him on the money line.
No, I know. He was shocked. He couldn't believe his eyes. He forgot to do his job. He didn't say nothing for 40 seconds.
That was the best. That's legendary. Let's go out to the Midwest region. We got number 2, Iowa State, taking on number 15, Tennessee State. 24.5. The Cyclones are laying here. Total is 149.5. I like Tennessee State. I made a lot of money with them this season. They are a really good team. 23-9. They could shoot the ball. Cyclones just play really good defense. But I am going to take the 24.5 because Iowa State does not hit their free throws around 60%. That is not good, especially in tournament play. Give me Tennessee State here taking 24.5.
Yeah, like I said, I think I got Iowa possibly reaching the Final Four. 24.5 is too much. I think they take their foot off the gas. Kind of would take the 24.5 with Tennessee State.
Yeah, I think there's money to be made with taking the points with Tennessee State. I think those guys could score, right? Kruma, Harper. Mm-hmm. These guys could probably single-handedly carry the points load, so maybe take their personal overs, as Elvis found value in the props before, but I'm hard-pressed to see Iowa State losing this one. They're going to move on.
Let's go to the Midwest region. We got number 4, Alabama, laying 11.5 here against number 13, Hofstra. Total is 159.5. Now, they are going to be without Aiden Holloway from Alabama. He was arrested the other day. He got caught with 2.5 pounds of marijuana. I mean, is that
in Alabama?
Yeah,
that's a felony.
It's not good.
It's a wrap for him. Is that just a thing? Like, because
in the South,
No,
Look
no,
at
I mean
Texas
because
even.
with Alabama, because the other guy last year got charged with a gun from Alabama.
Oh,
Now
that's
this
Brendan
right.
guy.
Miller.
Yeah.
Didn't they win though? They still got past the round of 64.
Yeah.
They're losing to Hofstra. Give me Hofstra plus 11.5.
We all know Alabama has their tendencies with star players, with some drama. Not surprised by it. Do I want to lay 11.5 here? Absolutely not. Do I think Alabama advances? Absolutely. I would just take Alabama to advance.
Yeah, not much value right on the money line, but if you're trying to make a perfect bracket, you probably have Alabama over Hofstra.
Yeah, they found 2.5 pounds or a kilogram in the state of Alabama can result in a drug trafficking charge.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
no, not
crazy.
in the South. That's I
They're
think
not playing.
I think Alabama's a Commonwealth state at that. So that's
Lock them
that's
up.
a state mandatory sentence. It's mandatory. So good luck.
Yep. Good luck. Let's go to Villanova. We'll head over to the West region. Number 8, Villanova taking on number 9, Utah State. Utah laying a short number here. Minus 126 on the money line, plus 105. Money's coming in on the Wildcats. Total 146. Joe, why should they be favored?
I think that Villanova is the wrong team, that they're the underdog here. I think the wrong team's favored. Utah State has had good games throughout the season to score, but it's about the moment, right? If the pressure can meet the moment here, yeah, no Jay Wright, but Villanova's been here, done that before, and I'm sure they'll get past the round of 64. So I got Villanova advancing here as the underdog.
Don't get me wrong. Does Villanova deserve to be the underdog? You can make the case. But this is the round of 64, people. We're going to leave Villanova out the round of 32? Really? That's what we're doing now? Give me Villanova as a dog outright. That's my only dog in the fight. Give me Villanova. I'm shocked I'm saying this. I'm surprised they're a dog round 1. Don't get me wrong. I understand no J Wright. I understand. They ain't Villanova from a couple years ago. I understand that. But you a dog at the round of 64, I'm appalled.
Hopefully my sister doesn't listen to this, but give me Utah State. I'm laying the 1.5. I mean, just the way Villanova has played here late in the stretch, getting knocked out in the Big East tournament by Georgetown. Huh? Fuck out of here.
Georgetown's down this year. You're not wrong.
I'm taking Utah State. I think they're the better team. I don't like the recent play for Villanova, so I'm all over Utah State here. Right. We don't know who Tennessee is going to play. They're going to play either one of the winners here for tonight. I think it's either Miami of Ohio or SMU, so we'll see about that game. So next game is the South region. Clemson, number 8 seed Clemson taking on number 9 Iowa. Iowa laying 2.5 here. Total is 128.5. Again, I think the wrong team is favored. Give me Clemson here. I think they should be the favorite. Give me the Cats.
I've been on the opposite side. I just can't back Clemson. They let down. Remember, they had a better front court past couple tournaments, and they just couldn't get anything going. And I just don't think the guard play has improved. So you're just seeing a diminished front line, and you're seeing a back line that just can't keep up. I think Iowa's going to win.
Yeah, give me Iowa. I think Iowa is too good of a program. Clemson is good as well, but round of 64, who do I like advancing more? It's Iowa. Give me Iowa to advance. Give me Iowa minus 2.5.
Here come the Johnnies. St. John's laying 9.5 with Rick Pitino against number 12 Northern Iowa. Total is 131.5. I love Rick Pitino, but give me the points with Northern Iowa. I think we're on upset watch here, too.
Come on.
Northern Iowa.
There's money for these dogs, bro. Elvis, there's money.
No. I'm going to lay the 9.5 here.
Oh.
As you've been hearing, not trending with the heavy favorites round 1, but St. John's and Rick Pitino take care of business. Give me the double-digit victory to advance. Give me St. John's.
Oh, man. I just think it's a tough spot for Northern Iowa. Their first round, they got to go and get Big East win in St. John's.
Two-time reigning Big East champ.
Not a fair matchup for Northern Iowa, who I was hoping they got a better matchup because I could have seen them steadily advance. But against St. John's, I think they're going to be proven after the last year letdown, right? They lose against John Calipari's Arkansas in the tournament. Yeah. I think they're going to try to go at least to the Sweet 16. So, yeah, St. John's over Northern Iowa, and I'd lay the points.
All right, let's go to the East region where we got number 7 UCLA taking on number 10 Central Florida. UCLA laying 5.5 here. 152 is the total. This one was tough, but I think I'd be more inclined to take the points here. This is a coin flip game, and in a coin flip game, if I'm getting more than 2 possessions, I probably would take Central Florida here.
On the points, right?
Yeah, plus 5.5.
I agree with you, but I'm gonna go with UCLA advancing. Don't get me wrong, money line is a little rich, 240, 223, chop around. If anything, I would add UCLA on a parlay. Don't want to take the 5.5. Don't want to lay the 5.5 either. Give me UCLA to advance on the money line.
I could see them advancing. There's not much value there, isn't there? They're like minus
220-ish. Yeah.
I would take the points. I see this as a buzzer beater game. I think UCLA could win with a last second shot in this type of game. So yeah, I'll take the plus 5.5 for UCF. But
it wouldn't even surprise me if UCF wind up winning the game either.
I think it's going to be close. I really do. Like, you're getting me, like you said, that possession and a half. You got to side with the points there. But UCLA, like I said, could find a miraculous shot, get it in, and move in advance.
All right, let's go to number 2 seed in the West region, Purdue Boilermakers taking on number 15 Queens.
I thought this was Queens, New York. I was like, Long Island Queens. No, this is North Carolina.
North Carolina Queens. Laying 25.5. The Boilermakers total is 163.5. I'm not a Matt Painter fan. I don't think he's a good coach, if I'm being honest. He always underperforms in the tournament. But I do think Queens is going to get smoked here. So I'll take Purdue. I think he gets past the round of 64, but after that, we're fading Purdue.
Don't get me wrong. I agree with you, Dylan. Purdue, kind of surprised they're a number 2 seed to shut out Purdue. Hell of a
they
year.
won 12. They beat Michigan.
Yeah. Hell of a year. Give me the plus 25.5. 25 is too much. Don't get me wrong. I think there's only 2 teams laying 25 or more, and one of them is Michigan. The other one I think is Arizona. Those make sense. Purdue laying 25. Come on.
Queens tends to go for the easy basket. I think Purdue has trouble with those who could just toss it up and get those shots in. They're really good distributing ball, Purdue is. So I just think with the passing and the teamwork they have, it's gonna be a little too much for Queens, and maybe even the next round as well, going against the Purdue team. Even though, like you said, the head coach has let down in a lot of spots.
We'll see who Florida plays, either Prairie View A&M or Lehigh. I do think it will be Lehigh, but we'll see who Florida winds up playing next. Other than that, we got in the East region, number 4 Kansas taking on number 13 Cal Baptist. Kansas laying 14.5 here. Total is 138.5. I like Bill Self. Obviously, it's so hard to play in Kansas, but give me Cal Baptist plus 14.5. Too many points. How many minutes is Darren Peterson going to give you? If it's like Elvis said, he could give you 30, then they'll probably cover this. But if he only plays 20, 15 minutes, Cal Baptist could backdoor cover this. I'll take them plus 14.5.
Elvis, the one thing real quick, Mike, that stands out to me was their game against BYU. They lost 91-60. Cal Baptist.
Concerning. I'm gonna just take Kansas to advance here. Like you said, like Dylan said, I think it all depends on the amount of minutes he plays. If he plays, like I said, 25, 30 plus minutes, they're going to win this game convincingly. If he, checks himself out or, his stomach starts hurting, something like that.
Cramps,
not enough water in him. Who knows? So I'm going to just take Kansas to advance.
I like the plus 14.5 for California Baptist. I do. I'd take the points.
Yeah.
I with Elvis, it's going to be hard to not see Bill Self in that team advance. I mean, that's an upset alert for Kansas, but I do think they advance. Take the points.
The penultimate game, number 2, UConn in the East region taking on number 15 Furman. UConn laying 20.5 here with Dan Hurley. Does he get ejected? Not here, not in this round. Total is 136.5. I'd lay it. I'm not a big Furman fan, if I'm being honest. And I think UConn, after losing to St. John's and not really being close in the Big East final, St. John's whooped their ass. That's twice, though. They're 2-0.
They want that back.
I think they're going to come out hot. Give me UConn here. I'll lay the 20.5.
Yeah, I think it's a prove-it game. Like you just said, they got smoked in the Big East tournament. I kind of want to go with the plus 20.5, but I think UConn makes a statement here. They got a sour taste in my mouth. If anything, lay the first half number. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a 20-something point game in the first half.
Hey, yeah, I think UConn is going to want to get that game against St. John's, but even though they can pass Furman, I don't think they'll get it. There's a lot of obstacles in the way. But, UConn to advance.
Shit, it's more obstacles for St. John.
Yeah,
No doubt.
That East region is insane.
Crazy.
Last game on Friday, we will end in the West region. Number 7, Miami Hurricanes taking on number 10, Missouri Tigers. Miami, it's a pick 'em right now. They're short favorite, -1.5 on the spread. Total is 147.5. I'll take the Hurricanes. I think it is a coin flip game, but I do think the Hurricanes are a little better here. They push the ball a little more. They got to limit the turnovers. If they turn the ball over, Missouri is going to win this game. But I do think they are just a tad better. Surprised the number is so short, which is telling. But I'll take the Cyclones. I have them advancing.
I think Miami. I think the U had enough excitement for a year. We just saw the football team reach the national championship game. I think the basketball team goes home round 1. Give me Mizzou +2. Give me them outright in the money line. Got 2 dogs for you in the round of 64. Give me Mizzou plus what is it? Plus 117 money line.
All right, Joe, end it off. What do you got?
And I'm with you, bro. I got Missouri. Dylan, last time we talked about it, you see Miami with those turnovers problems, and I think with a Missouri team that can turn the ball over, I think they're actually going to wind up winning. So I think you take the points as a sharp bet, but you can see them on the money line advancing. So, yeah, Missouri, one of the few SEC teams I think move on.
There you have it. Those are Thursday and Saturday's first round picks of the NCAA tournament. We got the second round of 32 going down and starting this weekend. They go right into it. And then the Sweet 16 goes down next Thursday or Friday. So they have a couple days off after that. So we'll be back Friday. Kid, any NBA plays before we get up out of here? I got one prop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
for today's slate, don't love it at all. Everything is 7.5 or more. We got a rematch here though. The Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Houston Rockets. They just matched up the other day. Lakers won outright in LA. Now they're back in Houston. I'm gonna take Houston in redemption spot here. Give me Houston -117 on the money line. And Dylan, you say you have a prop. I have a prop as well. We saw Kevin Durant have, I think, 12 points or 10 points in the first half against the Lakers. He was held to only 6 in the second half, finished with only 18. He was getting double teamed. I think he has a revenge spot here. His over-under is only at 24.5. JJ Redick is scheming on KD. I think KD prevails. Give me KD over 24.5 points for tonight. That's the only game I really got my eye on today's slate.
Let me jump in real quick. 2 games that I liked. First of all, I'm not a big Laker fan, and they play bad against good teams, but they're getting hot.
Yeah,
they're getting hot right now. They just beat Houston a few days ago. They beat Denver. They beat Minnesota. They beat my Knicks. They're playing better. I'll give them that. They are playing better. But I am going to take the Rockets on the money line. I do think it's a bounce back spot for them. I also like the Pelicans. I know we like to fade the Pelicans because I think Kawhi is out for this game. So I am going to take the Pelicans here on the money line +108. I do think that is a good play. And then my prop of the day is Scoot Henderson over 13.5 points at -125 against the Pacers. And he's really been playing well. I mean, I looked into his stats from the start of the month. This month, he's averaging 15 points, 3 assists, and about 24 minutes per game. He's shooting 45% from 3 as well. So I like it. Pacers are 26 in the NBA in adjusted defensive rating. So, and last time we saw them against the Pacers on March 8th, he had 28 points. He was 10 for 15 from the floor, 3 from 7 from 3. I think this is just a really good matchup for Scoot Henderson. So, yeah, I like him over 13.5 points. It's a little chalky at -125, but I do like that. And if you want to get down on player props like Elvis and I, you could go over to Props.Cash. Go over, use our code DREAM25, and for the first month, you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. So, yeah, go on over to Props.Cash. Very easy to use. They got player trends, data, matchup history, so it makes it really easy to spot value. So yeah, go on over to Props.Cash and use code DREAM25.
Yeah, brother. Shout out to our friends over at Props.Cash. And I got to touch the ice real quick if you want me to get involved with this little prop thing.
Absolutely.
Jack Hughes taking on the New York Rangers in MSG. Look how hot he's performing against them. +145 anytime goal scorer. You got to take Jackie boy.
Yep.
Love it.
And the Hockey Hall of Fame needs to give him his game-winning puck back.
Oh, give it back
Oh,
to
absolutely.
him.
Yeah,
That's his.
absolutely.
He'll
And then
probably get it back.
no, he has to. And then for tomorrow's slate, I have 2 games. Orlando Magic taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Give me the plus 3.5 with the Orlando Magic on the road. Don't get me wrong. I do think they're live outright. They lost 2 straight games. I think they bounce back here. Little sprinkle plus 150 on the money line. Give me the plus 3.5. We're fading the Lakers tonight. I'm on them tomorrow against the Miami Heat. Give me the Lakers plus 113.
It's in LA?
In Miami. Back-to-back game. And quietly, people, I wanted to end the show with this. Luka Doncic over unders 31.5 tonight. Kind of lean that over. I would take Luka Doncic over tomorrow as well. I'm assuming it's going to be around 30, 31.5, maybe 29.5, maybe 32.5. I would smash it over. I think Luka will have a performance in Miami. And I think Luka is looking at the opportunity to win a scoring title. He leads the league in scoring right now. If he keeps on keeping on, he's going to run away with it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see back-to-back 30 pieces from Luka Doncic tonight and tomorrow.
All right, kid. Well, I appreciate Joe. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate the hell out of everyone. Thank you guys for listening. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening to. Enjoy the games this week. We'll be back Friday, but until then, be good, take care of yourself, and we will see you guys down the road. Peace.